The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi children, how are you? Hope you are healthy and happy. In the previous class, I spoke about procrastination. My dear children, today also I want to say about procrastination because, my dear children, I heard that many of you are not watching the videos properly. If you are not watching the videos properly, you will not be able to write and complete your notes and you will be derailed from the track. My dear children, don't procrastinate your work as it is important to you. Be always on the track so that you will be happy and you can enjoy each and every moment of your life. My dear children, procrastination is the biggest enemy for us. So, dear children, be always on track, do your work properly, complete your file, send it to your concerned teachers on time so that you will be always happy. With happiness resides health also. So, you have to be healthy. Take proper food so that you will be very active in doing your work. By saying this, my dear children, I move on to the next class, and in this class, before moving on to the next topic, I want to do the recap of the previous class. So, dear children, in the previous class we understood that the factor which Mendel described, which is responsible for the inheritance of character, is the gene, and later on many scientists they found out that this factor is the gene which is present in the DNA, and then molecular genetics, it is a fast developing area in the field of scientific research through which the structure of DNA was found out by the scientist James Watson as well as Francis Crick, and they presented the double helical model of DNA, and then in that model they described the structure of DNA, which we studied and understood in the previous class. DNA molecule contains two strands, a structure with two long strands made up of sugar and phosphate and rungs with nitrogen base. Two long strands are there and it is made up of sugar as well as phosphate, isn't it? So, this is the structure of DNA. This is only the one strand. Similar strand will be here also. So, this is the long strand, two long strand, and rungs are there in between the two strands. You can see these are the rungs and these rungs are with nitrogen base, that also we have understood, and you can see it is given here the long strand and the rungs, and one strand of DNA is shown here, the one strand of DNA, this strand, this one is shown here, and the rungs with nitrogen base, the nitrogen bases are adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine, that also we understood in the previous class. And next we came to know more about the structure of DNA, and in that we have seen the nucleotide, that is DNA molecule is made up of units called a nucleotide. A nucleotide contain a sugar molecule, a phosphate molecule and a nitrogen base. So, this together is called nucleotide, and like this unit of nucleotides, this is this one and this one, like this unit of nucleotides are present in the structure of DNA, that also we understood in the previous class. And then we came to know that DNA contain deoxyribose sugar, nitrogen bases are molecules that contain nitrogen and they are alkaline in nature, as DNA has 4 kinds of nitrogen bases, that is adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. Therefore, DNA has 4 kinds of nucleotide too, and nitrogen bases, as they are the building components of DNA, they are the molecules with great specificity. I told you it is very important. In DNA, the base adenine will always pairs with thymine and guanine will always pairs with cytosine. That also we discussed in the previous class, and that is very important. And then I told you to do the homework related to illustration 6.6 strands of DNA. Most of you have sent the homework to me through WhatsApp. I am very happy to say this because you have completed this part which I have given you as homework related to the strands of DNA, and it is the arrangement of nucleotide in a DNA molecule. This illustration is that thing, and this one it was a homework for you and you have done it, my dear children. Good, keep it up. Next one, we came to know about, like DNA, there is one more nucleotide, and that is RNA, which is called ribonucleic acid, and it is another nucleic acid. And in the case of RNA, ribose sugar is present in RNA and the nitrogen base uracil is seen instead of thymine, and majority of RNA they are single stranded. That is the difference between RNA and DNA, and we have already completed the comparison of structure of DNA and RNA, isn't it? In last class we have seen that one also. In that comparison we came to know that DNA number of strand is 2, the sugar present in DNA is deoxyribose sugar, and nitrogen bases are adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. In the case of RNA, it is the strand is 1, and the type of sugar, it is ribose sugar, and nitrogen bases are adenine, uracil, instead of thymine it is uracil, guanine and cytosine. So, till here we studied and understood in the previous class. Now, we are going to understand how do genes act. We came to know that genes are present on DNA, and DNA are the part of chromosome, and chromosome is present in the nucleus, and nucleus is seen in the cell. So, how do genes act? How these genes are acting? How it is been said that gene is a factor which is transforming the characters from one generation to another generation. How this process is taking place, we can see. It has been said that the activity of particular proteins are also called enzymes, controls metabolic activities and is responsible for specific characteristics. The proteins or the enzymes, their activity is controlling all the metabolic activity, and they are responsible for specific characteristics also. Genes contain information for protein synthesis. It is being said that proteins, they are responsible for controlling all the metabolic activity, and they are responsible for specific characteristics, and the protein is being synthesized with the help of gene. As gene, they contain information for protein synthesis, and it is being said that genes are particular segments of DNA. So, we can see the illustration 6.7 related to the location of genes. So, here you can see the illustration 6.7. Here it is been given here. This is the cell and this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, chromosomes are present there, and when one chromosome is being taken, it has been unwinded. In that it is been seen DNA is present there, and when DNA, when it is been unwinded, it is shown the genes are located there. That is the position and location of gene in the DNA, and DNA in the chromosome, and the chromosome in the nucleus of the cell. Now, next question is, how do genes act? How do genes act? What is the way through this the genes they are acting? So, we can see here one more important illustration is been there, illustration 6.8, action of gene. This is very, very important, my dear children. This is the cell, and in the cell, this is the cell, this complete is the cell, and in this is cytoplasm, this is nucleus, this is cytoplasm and this is nucleus. And in the cytoplasm we know that ribosome is present there, and we also know the function of ribosome. Ribosome is helping in protein synthesis, isn't it? Ribosome, the function of ribosome is to help protein synthesis, isn't it? It is doing protein synthesis, and this is the structure of nucleus. This is nuclear membrane, isn't it? Nuclear envelope it is. So, here you can see inside the nucleus you can see DNA structure, that is the chromosome, and inside the chromosome DNA structure is there, and it is, we can see here a strand of DNA, only one strand of DNA is converted to mRNA. That is, it has been said that the DNA does not participate directly in protein synthesis. Genes are helping to do protein synthesis, and genes are present in DNA, but DNA does not participate directly in protein synthesis. Then how protein synthesis is taking place, we can see. DNA performs its activities with the help of RNA. How the DNA is performing its activities? It is performing its activities with the help of RNA, isn't it? And RNA that carries information from DNA. RNA, what it is doing? It is taking the information from DNA and it will be reaching to the ribosome and controls protein synthesis. That means it helps in the protein synthesis. Okay. Since this RNA is a messenger of DNA, it is called messenger RNA. As the RNA which is used there in the process of protein synthesis, it is taking the message from DNA and reaching to the ribosome for protein synthesis. Therefore, the RNA which is there in the process of protein synthesis, which is taking the message from DNA, that RNA is called mRNA or messenger RNA. The same way you can see here, besides mRNA, there are tRNA, that is transfer RNA, that carries amino acid to the ribosomes, and rRNA, that is called ribosomal RNA, that are seen associated with ribosomes. So, there are three types of RNA we can see. Number 1 is mRNA, number 2 is tRNA, and number 3 is rRNA. mRNA is called messenger RNA, tRNA is called transfer RNA, and rRNA is called ribosomal RNA. mRNA is the messenger RNA which is carrying the message from the DNA to the ribosome, and tRNA, it is carrying the amino acid needed for the protein synthesis. So, tRNA, what it is doing? It is carrying the amino acid to the ribosome for protein synthesis, and rRNA, which is called as ribosomal RNA, it is associated with the ribosome. It is there with the ribosome. So, these three RNA, they are participating in protein synthesis. I think you would have understood about the function of RNA. So, now we can come to the illustration 6.8, that is action of genes. That is very, very important. As I told you, DNA is not able to participate directly into protein synthesis. So, one of the strand of DNA is acting as mRNA. One of the strand of DNA is acting as mRNA. So, it is being given here, mRNA forms from DNA. Now, this mRNA is having the information related to protein synthesis in the form of genes. The mRNA which is being produced here by the DNA is having the information related to protein synthesis in the form of genes. And this mRNA later on will be coming out of the nucleus. See, mRNA reaches outside the nucleus. So, it is coming out of the nucleus and it is reaching to the ribosome. This is the structure of ribosome. You can see what is the structure of ribosome, isn't it? This is the structure of ribosome. So, this mRNA will be reaching to the ribosome and it is having the information related to protein synthesis. Now, when it reaches the ribosome, that time tRNA brings different kinds of amino acid to the ribosome. So, that time what happens? The transfer RNA, it will bring different kinds of amino acid present in the cytoplasm of the cell. These amino acids will be reaching to the ribosome with the help of transfer RNA. And then based on the information in mRNA, protein is synthesized by adding amino acid. So, last step what it is? Based on the information in the mRNA. This is mRNA. It has been binded with the ribosome and the amino acid, you can see it is in the form of beads. It is also binded with the mRNA and it is there with the ribosome. So, it has been said that based on the information in mRNA, protein is synthesized by adding amino acid. So, this is how the protein is synthesized by mRNA and amino acid with the help of ribosome. This part is very, very important, my dear children, because it used to come in the question paper in the form of to order the process of action of gene, to order the process of action of gene, isn't it? This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. mRNA forms DNA, mRNA reaches outside the nucleus. Number 3 is mRNA reaches the ribosome. Number 4, tRNA brings different kinds of amino acids to the ribosome. And number 5, based on information in mRNA, protein is synthesized by adding amino acid. I think you would have understood about illustration 6.8, action of gene. It's very important. You have to study it, my dear children. You have to go through it very nicely. I think you would have understood about it very nicely. Now, indicator related to it, different kinds of RNAs. What are the different kinds of RNAs, my dear children? It is mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. Role of mRNA in protein synthesis. What is the role of mRNA in protein synthesis? It is helping to give information. It is taking the information from the DNA and giving it to the ribosome for protein synthesis. Activities that take place in the nucleus. What is the activities that took place in the nucleus? From DNA, mRNA is formed. Isn't it? DNA is not able to participate directly. So, from DNA, one of its strand is being converted to mRNA. That is the activities taken place in the nucleus. Activities that take place in the cytoplasm. What is the activities that took place in the cytoplasm? When the mRNA is formed, it is having the information related to protein synthesis. That mRNA will be reaching to the ribosome and there it will be binding with the ribosome and with the help of amino acid, protein is synthesized. That process is taking place in the cytoplasm. So, that is related to the indicators of illustration 6.8. I think you would have understood about it, my dear children. Okay, prepare a flow chart including the process involved in protein synthesis. This flow chart is very important. It used to come in the question paper. Now, the next part is chromosomes in humans. Chromosomes in humans. You can analyze the figure 6.3. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Pairs of chromosome. These are chromosomes, pair of chromosome. These pairs of chromosome, they are similar in size. They are similar chromosomes, isn't it? 22 pairs of somatic chromosomes are there and you can see here 2 sex chromosomes. One is X and the other one is Y. So, it has been said here. There are 46 chromosomes in human. 22 pairs means 22 into 2, 44, 45 and 46. So, in a human being, how many chromosomes are there? 46 chromosomes are there, and of these 46 chromosomes, 44 are somatic chromosomes. 44, that is 22 pairs. 22 pairs means 44 chromosomes are somatic chromosomes and 2 are sex chromosomes. These 2 are sex chromosomes. It may be XX or it may be XY. A somatic chromosome pair contains 2 identical chromosomes. In the case of somatic chromosome, I told you, can see identical chromosomes are there, isn't it? Thus, in human being there are 22 pairs of somatic chromosomes. So, in a human being, how many pairs of somatic chromosomes are there? 22 pairs of somatic chromosomes, and these somatic chromosomes are identical to each other. Now, next one is related to sex chromosome. Sex chromosomes are of 2 types. They are called X chromosome and Y chromosome, isn't it? Now, females have 2 sex chromosomes and males have 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome. So, in the case of female, 2 X chromosomes will be there, and in the case of male it will be 1 X and 1 Y. So, it will be XY. You can see here, that is the genetic makeup of female is 44, isn't it? 44 somatic chromosome plus sex chromosome, that is XX, and that of male it is 44 somatic chromosome and plus 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. So, it is 46 chromosome, 44, 45, 46, 44, 45, 46. So, in the case of female it is 44 plus XX, and in the case of male it is 44 plus XY. Now, indicator related to the figure 6.3. Chromosome number, what is the chromosome number present in human being? It is 46. Somatic chromosomes, there are 44 somatic chromosomes we can see in the human beings. And sex chromosome, in the case of sex chromosomes, in case of female it is XX, and in the case of male it is XY. So, that is the difference we can see in the sex chromosome of male and female. I think you would have understood about the above topic. Now, we are going to study about genetics of variation. My dear children, in the previous class, Mendel has carried out many experiments, and he came to know that in the second generation variations are taking place, that is new combinations are seen in the pea plant itself. So, we are going to know the genetics of variation. So, based on that thing we can see the description, and the first one is related to crossing over in chromosome. It has been said that the process that causes variation in chromosome, these are certain processes which are causing variations. The first process which is causing variation is crossing over in chromosome, a source of variation. When in chromosome crossing over is taking place, that time variation is taking place. So, we can see how it is happening. So, it has been said that during initial phase of meiosis, we have studied in our 9th standard related to mitosis and meiosis. So, during the initial phase of meiosis, that is during the beginning of meiosis, chromosomes pair and exchange their part. You can see here 3 stages are given, stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Isn't it? That is illustration 6.9, crossing over of chromosome. This is again important. So, during the initial phase of meiosis, the chromosomes they pair and exchange their part. This is the parent chromosome, one is male, the other one is female, and during the crossing over when it is taking place, that time what is happening? A segment of chromosome of one parent is being crossed with a segment of another chromosome of another parent. This stage is called as crossing over, because here you can see crossing has been taking place and it is in the form of X. It is in the form of X. You can see it is X, isn't it? In the form of X, you can see here this is X. So, this is the crossing over. So, during meiosis, a part of parent chromosome of one parent chromosome is been crossed with a part of another parent chromosome, isn't it? So, this process is called crossing over of chromosome. What is crossing over of chromosome? Chromosomes are pairing and they are exchanging their part during the initial stage of meiosis. This process is called crossing over of chromosome. Now, due to that crossing over, what is happening? As a result of this, part of a DNA crosses over to become a part of another DNA. In the crossing, here one segment of chromosome is being crossed with another segment of chromosome, isn't it? So, in this chromosome segment, we can find out DNA. So, it is been said that a part of DNA of one chromosome of a parent is being crossed with a part of another DNA of another chromosome of another parent. Like this, crossing over is being taking place, and due to that, this causes a difference in the distribution of genes. So, when the DNA is being crossed there, surely we know that in the DNA genes are present there. So, what is happening there? In that crossing over, the distribution of genes is taking place, and due to that distribution, the difference in the distribution of genes is taking place. When these chromosomes are transferred to the next generation, so later on you can see here when these chromosomes they are transferred, so after fertilization and after reproduction, what is happening there? You can see this is the result of the after fertilization or reproduction. When these chromosomes are transferred to the next generation, it causes the expression of new characters in offspring. When these are transferred to the next generation, what is happening? A new characters are formed there. That is how variation is taking place because of crossing over in chromosome. This is very, very important, my dear children. You have to study it in the question paper, it used to come. So, that is related to crossing over of chromosome. Indicator, what is crossing over of chromosome? As I told you, during the initial phase of meiosis, what is happening? Chromosomes they are pairing and they are exchanging their part. That is called crossing over of chromosome. Role of crossing over in causing variation. What is the role of crossing over in causing variation? Role is that it has been said that when this thing happen, it causes difference in the distribution of gene. Because of the crossing over, what is happening? Causes difference in the distribution of gene, and when this chromosomes they are transferred to the next generation, it causes the expression of new character. That is what it is been said, role of crossing over in causing variation. Now, the number 2 method or the process for variation is combination of allele during fertilization. We know that what is allele? Alleles are the forms of genes. So, when these alleles they are having a combination during fertilization, because of that also variations are taking place. We can see how. It has been said that the chromosomes of the parents they will be reaching to the offspring through gametes, isn't it? Through the gametes, the chromosomes from the parents will be reaching to the offspring. Now, when the gametes undergo fusion, when these gametes, male gamete and the female gamete, when they fuse together, the combination of allele changes. Because in the case of male gamete, the allele is different. In the case of female gamete, the allele is different. So, when they fuse together, surely what will happen? The allele combination will be changed, and this causes the expression of characteristics in offsprings that are different from parents, and because of that what is happening? New combination is formed there. So, because of that a new characteristic is being expressed in the offspring which will be different from the parent. Thus, fertilization causes variation in the next generation. Therefore, fertilization is a process or it is a method through which variation is taking place. So, this is the second process through which variation is taking place. It is again important, my dear children. Now, the third one you can see, the another method through which variation is taking place is mutation. And what is mutation? It is a sudden heritable change in the genetic constitution of an organism. In an organism, we know that genetic constitution is taking place, that is the chromosome, number of chromosome is present there, it is 46, and in that number of chromosome, surely certain time what happens, a sudden change in the number of chromosome will be taking place due to certain factors, and because of those certain factors, when the chromosome number changing, it may be reduced, it may be increased. So, when it increases or it is reduced, surely what will happen, changes will be taking place in the character of the offspring also. So, what is mutation? It is important. A sudden heritable change in the genetic constitution of an organism is called mutation, and this mutation is occurring due to the defect in the duplication of DNA. When DNA is duplicating, that time if any defect is taking place in that process, what will happen? Mutation is taking place, and this defect is taking place because of certain chemicals, radiations, etc. Because of certain chemicals or because of certain radiation, what is happening? The defect in the duplication of DNA is taking place, and because of that, what happens? There will be change taking place in the structure or number of chromosome in the offspring or in the organism. And due to that, what happens? Mutation, it brings about changes in the genes which can be transmitted over generation, and thus leading to variation in characters. So, what happened? What has happened? Because of the defect in the duplication of DNA, the changes taking place in gene, and due to that what happens? This change will be transmitted to generation, and thus that will be leading to the variation in characters. Thus it is been said that mutation have great relevance in evolution. In evolution, mutation is playing an important role, because through mutation variation is taking place. So, that is the third process of how variation is taking place in the offspring. So, my dear children, these three processes very important, you have to study. Now, the next topic is the child male or female? So, how we can know whether the child is male or female? What is the genetic mechanism that determines whether a child is male or female? So, you can see here already we know that sex chromosomes are present in the male and female, and these sex chromosomes are playing an important role in the determination of sex. So, you can see here this is the male, and the chromosome present in the male is 46, that is 44 somatic chromosome, plus XY is the sex chromosome, and in the case of female 44 is the somatic chromosome plus XX is a sex chromosome. Now, when we are making the checkerboard, there we can see XX is the sex chromosome of female, and here we will be writing XY as the sex chromosome of male. Now, they will be crossed. The X chromosome of male is crossed with X chromosome of female. The offspring will be XX, and it is the female child. We know that XX is female. So, it is female child. Now, when again the X chromosome of male is crossed with again the X chromosome of female, what happened? The chromosome which is being developed or formed there in the offspring is XX. Surely the child will be female. Now, when the Y chromosome of male is fused with the X chromosome of female, the child is male, because here we can see XY. This XY is the sex chromosome of male. The same way, when the Y chromosome is fusing with the X chromosome of female, again we can see here XY is the chromosome which is seen in the offspring, and that offspring is the male, because we know that XY is the sex chromosome of male. So, this is how the ratio we will be able to find out from here. The ratio we can see here 1 to 2 female and 2 male. So, it is 1:1. The ratio is 1:1. So, in this manner we will be able to determine the sex of the offspring. Number of chromosomes in male and female. Number of chromosomes in male and female is, in case of male it is 44 plus XY, in the case of female it is 44 plus XX. Chromosome differ in male and female. The chromosome which differs in male and female is the sex chromosome. In the case of male it is XY, in the case of female it is XX. That is related to that one. Now next one, it has been said that what is the possibility for the birth of male or a female child? What is the possibility for the birth of male and female child? Just now I told you in the ratio of 1:1. That is a possibility, that is 50-50, isn't it, my dear children? From that box we can see that it is 1:1. It has been said that the XY chromosome of father determine whether the child is male or female. So from that crossing we have seen that it is the XY chromosome of father is determining whether the child will be male or female, because when the X chromosome of father is fusing with the X chromosome of mother, it is producing a female child. But when the Y chromosome of father is fusing with the X chromosome of mother, surely the child is male child, because in it the chromosome is XY. That is why it has been said that the XY chromosome of father determine whether the child is male or female. Now child with XX sex chromosomes is female and one with XY sex chromosome is male. So that is related to the sex chromosomes in the case of the organism. Now the next topic is related to difference in skin color. Difference in skin color. What may be the reason for the difference in the color of skin in people living in various parts of the world? We are seeing many people, isn't it? Some of them will be fair, some of them will be having a average color, and some of them will are very dark. So what is the reason for difference in color in the skin people living in various parts of the world? The answer is melanin, a pigment protein, imparts color to the skin. The rise or fall in the production of melanin is due to difference in the function of alleles in genes responsible for skin color. This is the answer for this question, my dear child. That is, melanin is a pigment which is imparting color. When the production of melanin increases or decreases, what will happen? The color will be changing there. And how the increasing and decreasing production of melanin is taking place? It is taking place due to the difference in the function of alleles of genes. In the case of genes, alleles are present there, and how they function. Based on their function, what is happening? There will be rise or fall in the production of melanin, and because of this only what is happening? The skin color is also varying. This is the reason for the color difference in human skin, and this is the only reason for the difference in the skin color in the human being. You can see various skin colors, different skin colors you can see. It is happening because of the alleles or the functions of alleles of gene which are responsible for skin color. So that is related to that. Now the last part of this chapter, it is not racial difference which makes the skin color dark or light. This is simply an adaptation to live under the sun. Skin color is changing. Since skin color is becoming dark and light because of the adaptation to live under sun. Races among mankind are only cultural. Biologically, all men are the same race. Studies in genetics becomes meaningful only when one attains an awareness to consider all men equal without any racial discrimination. We know that because of racial discrimination, what is happening? Among the people, there are people, they are categorized, isn't it? But in the case of the skin color, also the people, they are discriminating each other, isn't it? Because before and all we have heard white people and black people, like that we have heard, isn't it? And same thing is happening now also in the case of dark color, in the case of fair color, the discrimination is taking place, but This discrimination should not happen because it is been said that all men are of the same race, and the genetics becomes meaningful only when we are having the awareness to consider all men equal without any racial discrimination. The color is being taking place, or the difference in the color is being taking place, it's because of the adaptation to live under sun, and the difference in the color, it is being taking place because of the function of the alleles in the gene which is responsible for imparting the color. So, my dear children, we should consider all human beings as one, and we have to love them, we have to take care of each other, then only we can lead a happy life in the future. By this, the chapter is completed. Now, we can move on to the let us assess of this chapter, and the first question is the nitrogen base absent in RNA. Adenine is present there, uracil is there, cytosine is also there, but thymine is absent. So, this is the answer. Arrange the stages of protein synthesis in the form of a flow chart. This is the, or this is not in order, we have to make it in order. First order is mRNA is formed. Number 2, mRNA reaches ribosome. Number 3, amino acids are carried to the ribosome. And number 4, protein synthesized by adding amino acid. So, this is the correct answer for the flow chart related to the stages of protein synthesis in the form of flow chart, isn't it? And the third question, observe the hybridization experiment given below, that is plant with green colored seed when crossed with plant with yellow colored seed, isn't it? So, the answer is being there, plant with green colored seed is obtained there. Illustrate this hybridization experiment using symbol, plant with green colored seed. So, you have to give there as capital G, isn't it? Capital G and capital G. So, when we are writing here capital G, it is not coming, I think so, anyway. So, here it is capital G and capital G crossed with plant with yellow colored seed, we can give here small g, small g. So, when capital G is crossed with small g, from the pair of factors only one factor will be participating in gamete formation. First experiment of Mendel you have to take, my dear children. There you can see capital T, instead of capital T you have to take here capital G, instead of small t you have to take here small g, and then you have to give here as capital G and here small g, and this capital G is crossed with small g and the result will be capital G, small g, that is dominant character will be expressed, that is why it is given here plant with green colored seed. So, the illustration is being given in the form of symbol as capital G crossed with small g. Now, illustrate the second generation formed by the self pollination of the first generation plant. So, what you have to do? You have to go through the Mendel's first experiment where we have conducted the self pollination, isn't it? Capital T, small t when crossed with capital T, small t. That part you have to go through, and here you have to write, instead of capital T, small t, you have to write there capital G, small g crossed with capital G, small g. That is the second experiment of the hybridization experiment, isn't it? And with that we will be coming to know the ratio as 3:1. Understood, my dear children? The answer will be coming as capital G, number 2 capital G, small g, number 3 capital G, small g, and number 4 small g. So, comparing the ratio we can see there as 3:1. So, here you have to write the ratio also. Now, the fourth question is 3 processes that cause variation in new generations are given. Prepare a short note on each of the processes. There are three processes which are causing variation, isn't it? And it has been asked to prepare short note on the processes. Number 1, crossing over of chromosome. Number 2, fertilization, and number 3, mutation. Already now I have just explained you about how crossing over of chromosome is helping in variation, how fertilization is helping in variation, and how mutation is helping in variation. So, that 3 paragraphs based on that thing you have to write, okay, my dear children. So, here you can see related to the answer of that question. This is the crossing over of chromosome. This is the first part which you have to write, and next one, the second one, it has been asked related to the fertilization. This is the fertilization, this part you have to write, and again the third one, it has been asked related to mutation, and this part you have to write the answer for that question. I think, my dear children, you would have understood about how to write the answer related to the question. So, my dear children, you have to write the question and answer, that is, let us assess, in your file, complete it and send it to me through WhatsApp so that I can go through it. Many of the children have not finished their work which I have given based on this chapter. So, you have to finish it very fastly, and you have to do this part also and complete together and finish it, and you can send it to me so that I can go through it and I can help you, I can support you by giving you the correct answer for the question if your answers are not proper. My dear children, if you are having any doubt, any problem related to this chapter, you can call me and you can clarify it, and please be on track so that you will be happy in your life. By saying this, I wind this session. We will be meeting in the next session. Till then, take care.